The curse of Caden's sleep involves me filming. The moment you start filming, Caden will awake from his deep slumber. You want to know what has been my absolute drug? My new addiction is electrolytes and fruit, specifically Fruit Punch Mio. You know this stuff? You just take a little glass of water and you squeeze a little squeeze in there. I'm pretty sure this stuff will be the next mesothelioma commercial subject. Something about this angle always makes this place look so messy. I guess it's time to move. I had a minor heart attack today. Well, not a heart attack, but I had a moment of, oh. So today, February 9th, 2017, was day one of the Video Everyday project. It began as a mere 365-day goal, but of course, I quit at 365 days. I thought today was the anniversary, and I sort of panicked because I have the conceptuals of a video that I'd like to post because I have some things that I'd sort of like to reflect on. However, as it was actually my brother who pointed out that if you do 365 times 5, you get 1,825. So day 1,825 would be correct. Now, you might ask, why doesn't the anniversary match up? Well, there is a leap year involved. But honestly, and I'm pretty sure I've talked about this before, it's a bit of a mystery because I have never missed a day. I mean, I've never missed a day. I would know, you know. That being said, I've always considered the day being the end of my day. So, for example, I traveled internationally, and sometimes when you're on a flight and you're going from, you know, one side of the globe to the other, there can be time confusion because the human's conceptual time is different than clock time. So sometimes you're landing before you've taken off. The other very, very more possibility is that I've just messed up my numbers somewhere along the way. I don't have any official way of like accounting what day it is. I just go and look back at what yesterday's video uploaded says. And so if I dyslexia it up, if I dyslexic it, sometimes I'll just be looking back at the wrong number every day and the cycle continues, and then the day where I went wrong is so deeply buried that it's been long forgotten. I would say a discrepancy of plus or minus 10 days is well within my level of acceptance of failure. Long story short, I will be considering the 5 years as 5 years of videos and not the 5th anniversary. Although today is the 5th anniversary. It was today in 2017 where I sat in my mother's house. I had just gotten back from spending a month-long gig on a set for a horror movie where I basically ate nothing but processed foods. We were staying in a cabin in the middle of the woods, like literally hours from civilization. And the producers of the movie had pretty much just filled this cabin with things like corn dogs and Lunchables and, you know, Uncrustable peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, cans of soup, burgers, ice cream, frozen dinners. And it was dope for about a week. And then you just start to get scurvy. You start to not be able to use the bathroom or not be able to stop using the bathroom. It's pretty much a give or take. So needless to say, I was feeling pretty bad about myself. I had just gone through a brutal breakup, mostly because I had lost like everything that I owned and moved, and it was just a rough time. And so it had been a very long time since I had been creative. I had worked a lot of sales jobs up until that point, and I had kind of stopped making videos completely. I went to film school. I was really into making videos in high school, but there was a good 3, 4, almost 5 year period where I just didn't do anything. And so I just decided, you know, I got to have some sort of direction. I got to do something. I got to do something that isn't just finding another job, because that's what I was terrified of doing. So I began to make a video every day. I think at that time I just considered it upload something. It took about 30 days to really figure out what I was doing, because the first like 7 days I didn't title it day 1, 2, 3. I didn't title it anything. It was like a secret personal thing that I was going to do. But then after a while, I was like, I was really inspired by a cinematographer I actually worked with in Colorado, whose name is Luke Askelson, I think, if I remember correctly. So shout out to him, because he actually did a 365 project, but his was just to take footage. So he would just set up a shot. And I mean, he put way more thought. Very, very talented gentleman. But anyway, shout out to him. Very nice guy. And he was sort of the one that inspired me. And I was like, oh yeah, I should do that. I should turn this into that. But I'm going to leave you with one of New Hampshire's most famous NHPR hosts telling me what a great journalist I am. So.
You could be a journalist, man. This is great. These are really good questions. You really could be a journalist, because that's the #1 journalist question. You're going to edit this, right?